today's question comes from Johan, and it's about the difference between the two Italian verbs trasferirsi e traslocare. Ciao e bentornati, ciao, bentornati a Ask Manu Italiano, the Italy Medisi Academy. Head over there, create an account, ask your questions, and I will record a video like this. And today's question comes from Johan, and it's about the difference between the two Italian verbs trasferirsi e traslocare. Trasferirsi, reflexive verb, you can say. Traslocare, not reflexive. Also, what does that tell you? They both mean to move. Not in the sense of moving like a pushing an object. That's the verb muovere, muovere la sedia, to move the chair. But they both mean to move. Let's understand how and why. But let me bring back the idea of trasferirsi is a reflexive verb. You can see it's reflexive. What does that mean? That it's also intransitive. If you don't know the difference between a transitive and intransitive word, go and study that. But a transitive verb is a verb that has a subject performing that action onto an object. An intransitive verb is the subject performing the action onto itself. So trasferirsi being a reflexive verb, it's also intransitive, meaning that the subject does that thing to itself. Whereas traslocare looks normal, therefore we can assume that it's transitive. That means that the subject is doing something to an object. That is a very important difference that will make the meaning clear, hopefully, to you. So trasferirsi is what people what people do when moving to a new location themselves. So for example, if you move from Rome to Florence, as in you live in Rome and now you're moving to Florence, the verb is trasferirsi. Okay, again, trasferirsi means to move, as in to relocate yourself. A human being relocated to another location. Traslocare is related to the previous meaning, but it's when you move furniture, things, objects from one place to a new location. That is the main difference. So when you move home, you actually use both verbs, but only trasferirsi is about the human. Traslocare is about the objects that you move to a different location. So here are some examples. Marco si è trasferito a Trieste. Marco si è trasferito a Trieste. Marco moved to Trieste. He moved himself. He relocated himself. He is now living in Trieste. He left the place where he was living and now he lives in Trieste, so he moved to Trieste, in that sense. So, si è trasferito, that's a passato prossimo, past tense, of trasferirsi, the reflexive verb, because Marco moved himself to the new location. Okay? He relocated himself, reflexive. Now, ieri Marco ha traslocato. Ieri Marco ha traslocato. So yesterday Marco moved. But how is it different? In English it's the same. He moved to Trieste, he moved. Sounds the same in English. In Italian it's different because when you say Marco ha traslocato, I'm using traslocare, which is a transitive verb. I'm using avere as the auxiliary verb, which probably means that there's an object to the verb. What's the object? Well, he moved his things. So basically, yesterday was the day where Marco had to come up with the truck, pack everything, load the truck, take the truck and move it to the new location. So he moved things. Ha traslocato. Basically, he took the contents of his house, possibly, or office, and he moved everything to the new location. All right, so I'm going to give you a third and confusing example. Domani trasferiscono il paziente in stanza privata. Domani trasferiscono il paziente in stanza privata. So I'm using the verb trasferire with a human, but I'm not using it reflexively. Is it still possible? Yes, it is. I'm saying that tomorrow they are relocating the patient to a private room. So again, it's about relocating a human. We cannot use traslocare for humans. We do not traslocare humans. So here we have a hospital situation and they're relocating the patient, who's a human, to a new location. So we're using the verb trasferire, to transfer, basically. But not reflexively because the patient is not doing it himself or herself, okay? You cannot say, so here's the asterisk, means that you cannot say, Ieri Marco ha trasferito a Trieste. You cannot say ha trasferito a Trieste because trasferire implies that you have an object. He's gotta relocate something. Marco ha trasferito il conto bancario, his bank account. Ieri Marco ha trasferito il conto a Trieste. So he moved his bank account to Trieste. That I can say because it's about relocating objects or replacing, or as in putting things in different place. Okay, replacing in that sense. Ui, mamma mia, che casino. That was complicated. I hope I did a good job at helping you, Johan. Grazie mille per la domanda. Keep sending your questions, and I will see you in the next mini episode of Ask Man Italiano version 2 from Italy Medici Academy. Ciao ciao.